G'day guys, today we're going to be trying to get Linux running from a USB flash drive on the Asus Chromebit CS10. Let's get into it. To start off, we do need to enable USB booting on our Chromebit, and to do that, we will need to enter the recovery console by holding down the reset button on the back while we turn it on. So, choosing a safety pin and plug in the power while holding it down. And keep holding it in for a few seconds. And that should be in the recovery console. Let's turn the TV on. I'm also using a generic USB hub once again, just so I can connect a mouse and keyboard to it. And obviously to actually boot, we will be connecting the flash drive. Okay, we've booted into recovery. So now we have to enter developer mode by pressing Control D. And then as it says on the screen, for the Chromebit, we just have to press the recovery button on the back of the Chromebit with a little pin again, just using a safety pin. There we go. And after waiting about another 30 seconds, it's finally starting to transition into developer mode. It takes a few minutes to do that, so we'll come back when it's done. Alright, we're finally in developer mode. It ended up taking less than 5 minutes, which is pretty good. So first of all, we'll just press Let's Go and connect to the Wi-Fi. Alright, the Wi-Fi is connected. Next, press Accept and Continue. Okay, I did press Browse as a guest, as you can see. So first of all, we'll hold Control Alt, press T to open up a shell. Now we're in Crush, we'll type shell to get into a bash shell, and that worked fine. Sudo su to get root. Yep. Next we have to actually disable the USB boot, which is system, CROS system, space, dev underscore boot underscore USB equals 1, space, dev underscore boot underscore signed underscore only equals 0. And there was no errors, so we'll just exit out of that, exit out of that, maybe exit out of that one too, just for good measure. And we just have to restart the system. So USB booting should be enabled by now. And I have just written CrawfishOS to my 16 gig Lexar flash drive using Rufus in Windows. I downloaded the image from the CrawfishOS Git. It was last updated March of 2021, so it's a little bit old. It's a discontinued project, but hopefully it still works. So all I'll do is I'll plug it into a spare port on my USB hub with the mouse and keyboard and see if it boots. Also, the Chromebit is obviously turned off, so I'll turn it on now. And at this screen, we just have to press Control U, and hopefully it boots. That's promising. It's very, very promising. Awesome. We're into the Crawfish shell. I apologize for the poor image quality. This is unfortunately the best I could get it with my current filming setup. So just bear with me, it will get clearer when we get to the GUI. But for now, I'll just talk you through it. We're going to log in as root, so root. And yep, we're in. Now we'll start by typing install prawn OS. So install prawn OS, all one word. It's case sensitive apparently. OS. Cool. Now, if we press I to install, it will try writing it to the internal eMMC. I don't want to do that just yet. I will just install it to the flash drive we're booting from. So, expand, E. Didn't take too long, well, I was still going. The image was about 3 gig that I wrote to the flash drive. It's a 16 gig flash drive, so the bare minimum you're going to want is 4 gig. If you're going to try this at home, but ideally use something a bit bigger, like 16 gig or 8 gig at least. Okay, so now the next question is it wants to ask, do we want a desktop environment and supporting packages? We do. If you just want to use a bare bones command line, press no, but we definitely do want GUI, so press yes. I will go XFCE, so XFCE. All right, now go through the region, so Australia, Sydney, it's installing all the packages. As you can see, there's a lot of them. We haven't configured Wi-Fi yet, so this will all be local packages. Yep, it is. So far you don't need any internet connections. Also, CrawfishOS is not designed for the Chromebit. It's designed for the, I think it was the Asus C10P or Acer C10P little Chromebook, which has the same chipset. And on the Git page, it does say untested, but it should hopefully work. I'm pretty confident it will work. I just don't think we will have Wi-Fi out of the box. Also, CrawfishOS is a fork of PrawnOS. PrawnOS is full Libra, so there's no proprietary blobs or anything like that. And because of that, you don't get Wi-Fi, or the built-in Wi-Fi. So somebody forked it with non-free blobs, which is why hopefully we will have Wi-Fi on this one. But if you do want to do free as in freedom, you can do PrawnOS and run an external Ethernet adapter or Wi-Fi adapter and all that kind of stuff. But to keep it simple, most people are probably just going to want to use CrawfishOS. All right, we're finally back. It has finished installing. When it finished installing, it did reboot by itself. I didn't catch it in time. It did go back into Chrome OS. So I've just turned it off, turn it back on. At this screen, press Control-U to boot from USB, and we'll see how we went. Hopefully we get the GUI. So yeah, the whole thing took about 40 minutes. The first status bar, the long status bar you see, that is not the only one. That's probably about 30% into it once that one finishes. So it does take a while, but you don't have to do anything while it's doing it, which is good. It's fully unattended. And if you have sound on the monitor or TV, when it's finished installing and it reboots, gets to the developer mode screen, you do get 2 very loud beeps, just to let you know. And we have a GUI, so that's pretty good. We'll log in as root, no password, log in. And it's a bit slow, hopefully it's doing something. There we go. It didn't freeze, it was loading. Looks like we have VLC installed, Firefox, it's pretty good. There is Wi-Fi, so that's brilliant out of the box. Not sure if there's sound. Alrighty, we'll connect to the Wi-Fi and we'll have a little test. I've connected to the Wi-Fi, it's in the top right. So let's take a look around. We've got a couple of things installed. You got your settings. We'll see what the resolution is. I think it's under display. Yeah, so we are full 1080. That's good. Do we have anything else installed? Vim, text editor. We've got image viewer. Got Firefox and Lagrange. Not sure what that is. We do have VLC, which is good. And that's about it. And we are using XFCE. So let's try YouTube playback. If you watch my previous video, you noticed we did get 720p 60 high bitrate videos working fairly well, like playable, enjoyable, and full 1080 high bitrate was unplayable, too laggy, but full 1080 standard bitrate, just regular YouTube videos, they works nice and smooth, no drop frames. We'll see if we get anything similar on this. It is quite slow, as you can see. Probably because it is running from a USB to flash drive. Still waiting for it, it is slow. Still waiting. So it hasn't frozen, just not responding. There we go, it's starting to respond. Get rid of some of the Ys. From what I've read online, this doesn't have hardware graphics acceleration. It's all done in software, just because there's no graphics driver for Linux. Again, as far as I know, I could be wrong. Also, I'm not sure if we have sound or not yet. There's obviously no speakers on this device. It is over HDMI, so hopefully we do get sound. It's very slow. I'm not sure if Task Manager will show us the CPU status or anything like that, the load. I may have overwhelmed it trying to open audio mixer. Does say not connected to the Pulse audio server. Okay, we do have a bit of a status graph. So we're only using, we're maxing out the CPU. Yep. Alright, we'll close that off. We'll see if we can get anything to play at all. Whoops, what was that? This isn't edited, so if you're thinking about running Linux on one of these things, this will give you a rough idea of how it performs out of the box. I sort of want to search for something, but I don't want to overwhelm it. Let's just go to one of my videos. So that was pretty quick, these suggestions, that was good. Oh, here we go, it's a lot faster now. I don't have AdBlock, obviously. Maybe I should install it, just to give it the best chance. Firefox. I might close the Pulse Audio, and we'll take a look. Maybe it works out of the box, the HDMI audio. Maybe that's why it's disabled, because there's no onboard sound. It is through HDMI. So we'll see how we go with that. Add. All right. Let's try. We'll try that one. Got it. G'day guys. Today I'll be taking a look at the funny. So there is sound, which is brilliant. What resolution are we on? It is still loading. There we go, 360. Okay. Yeah. It looks like we're dropping a few frames already. We're not even full screen yet. It says no drop frames. We'll go full screen. All right. Give it a little bit of audio. Okay, we'll pause it here, go back to the start. Go back to the start, numlock. There we go, didn't have numlock on. We'll go 1080 just because it did work under Chrome. I'm not expecting it to work without hardware acceleration, but we'll see how we go. G'day guys, today I'll be taking a look at the Funny Playing Game Boy Color FPGA kit from Funny Playing, as the name suggests. It was around $80 USD, all up with the shell. I am going to be using my own buttons just from an old broken Game Boy Color and membranes. So you can see it is very laggy. And there we go. Might change it down to 720. I'd be happy with 720 on this. I'd say that'll be usable. But restart it as well. G'day guys, today I'll be taking a look at the Funny Playing Game Boy Color FPGA kit from Funny Playing, as the name suggests. It was around $80 USD, all up with the shell. I am going to be using. So YouTube says it's fine. So I think the issue is the Linux graphics driver. It's not hardware accelerated, so it is trying to update full 1080. Yeah, it's just there's just too much data to update. That's why it's lagging, but it's not YouTube. So it is decoding the video fine. It's just struggling to draw it. I think if we change the resolution of CrawfishOS actually down, it might help. So where was that? It was under settings. Oops, settings, display. Can we do 720? We can. Apply. All right, 720 seems fine. Keep. Close that off. Full screen it. 20 Australian, if you're interested. So I've got the box. All I've done is peeled off the postage label. All right, so that's not too bad. Opened it, so let's take a look together. So as long as you run the actual resolution of the display, lower it to 720. Don't break anything inside. Then yeah, it's fine. Oh, you do still get lag spikes, I guess. All right. So inside we've got a little black box. I'm guessing that's the kit. We'll see if the 360 is any better. Again, it's not the decoding, it is just the drawing. You can't use an original shell unless you Dremel the screen bezel slightly. It's because the new screen does stick to the outside instead of the inside like a real Game Boy Color. That's not too bad. And we've got the sticker that comes with. It's usable. Eventually, Chrome OS is going to get, it is going to give you your browser's too old, you can't watch YouTube anymore. So if that happens, at least you do have an option to use CrawfishOS for that. So YouTube works. Let's take a look at some local media playback. And also, if there's a package manager, we can go through and see what else we can install. Okay, so we're back. I have changed the resolution back to 1080. VLC won't run as root by default for security issues. I created a new user through terminal, just using user add space user, the username. It created it fine. I added a password using PASSWD. That worked fine. I went to switch that user. Every time I went to log in as it went to a black screen, gave me an error, went back to the login screen. And I couldn't get further than that. I spent about half an hour on it, no good. Root logs in every time, no issues. So I thought to continue testing, we'll ignore that issue for now. I ran this command here, which lets VLC run as root. So now we've got that working. Let's try some local media playback. I've just inserted my media flash drive. We'll try some H.264 1080p. That seems nice and crisp. We will see if we can go to statistics. And yeah, it's playing it fine. If we can skip. There is some audio crackling, not sure if you can hear it. Although it's gone now, it might have just been part of the scene. It was just part of the scene. So 1080p YouTube playback works fine. Just with installing apps and stuff, you do have to use the command line. There is no package manager built in. So I'll just quickly show you how to install something. First of all, you want to do apt get update, and that'll update all the package lists. And make sure you do that first, otherwise anything you try to install just won't work. And next, let's try and install DOSBox. So we'll do apt get install DOSBox. Hopefully there's something, and there is. Install that. I don't know if I have any DOS games on here. Let's double check. I do. I got a bunch of DOS games, so that'll be good. Nice. I wonder if there's anything built in. No. We could also try installing Wine and seeing if we can run any Windows things, but we'll just start off with DOSBox, see if it installed anyway. It did under Games. Also, the little dock is messed up because I changed the resolution and it didn't update for some reason. If I log out, log back in, it'll be fixed, but I didn't bother just for now. I thought I'd show you all the quirks anyway. So let's try and mount this. I've never used DOSBox on Linux, so we'll see if it's the same as Windows. Mount, C, oops. Can I just paste? Nope. No paste. Alright, looks like I'll have to manually do it. So media, root, Samsung. I wonder if it's case sensitive actually. Samsung, USB. Oops. Yeah, no, caps lock still on. I'm on the horrible keyboard again. I need to get my good keyboard out. Games, DOSBox. Nice, it worked. We'll go full screen, which is Alt-Enter if you didn't know. It's a weird resolution, but that's fine. I think I've got menu, I do. Let's try classic street rods. We'll do VGA. We'll do AdLib. Trying to find a good car. I couldn't find the one I normally get. We'll get a T-Bird. Make sure it's tuned. Tune. Oh, it's a little bit out of tune. There we go. D for done, D for done. Mouse works, I don't know why I'm not using it. So I'm not sure if you can hear, but when the screen, when you move the mouse, you can hear the audio lag. Oh no, we're losing. Not looking good. I should have upgraded the car. But anyway, we're not here to play Street Rods. I thought we'd check it out, and I crashed. What else do we have? Whoops. Back to the menu. Do we have anything 3D? Maybe Doom. We got Heretic. See if that works. So DOSBox is pretty good on it. Even if you wanted to turn your old Chromebit into a dedicated retro gaming computer, it'd be fine. We will close out of DOSBox. I did also install a NES emulator, FCEUX, from the terminal, just using apt-get install FCEUX. If you want to search for a package, you can do apt-cache search and then the keyword. And we'll see if it runs. Let's go open. We'll go down to, I guess it's under mount, MNT, no, media, Samsung USB, there we go. Games, NES. We'll try a ROM hack actually, something a bit different. Hacks. And we will try AVGM versus Dr. Wily. See if it's working. Turn it way down. So there's nothing on the screen, unfortunately. We do SDL. That didn't seem to help. Maybe full screen? Nah. So no image on FCUX, unfortunately. So I think we'll wrap it up here. It's definitely possible to get Linux running on the old Chromebit. It was pretty straightforward. It did take about 40 minutes to expand and install all the packages, but that was unattended. It wasn't too bad. Wi-Fi worked out the box. HDMI audio worked out the box. YouTube playback wasn't too bad. If we change the main resolution to 720p, the display, just through settings, display, yeah, YouTube playback seemed fine. Unless you leave it 1080 and run it in a window instead of full screen. It was a bit laggy as 1080 in full screen. It wasn't struggling to decode, it was just the struggling to update the screen fast enough. Local media playback works fine. There are some issues with CrawfishOS. As I mentioned, I couldn't get another user to create a new user to log in as them, which is a bit annoying, but I'm not a Linux expert. I'm sure there's someone out there that knows the exact error. I will quickly show the error that I was getting though. So we're at the login screen. I created a user, SJSL, password's the same, nice and easy. And I get that. Couldn't update frequency transition information, I think it said. Let's try it again. Yeah. So that's the error I was getting. If anyone knows how to fix it, please post below for any other users that are watching this video. I haven't seen any information on getting Linux running, so hopefully this has helped someone out there that has an old Chromebit and they do want to get it running. It's definitely something to play with. DOSBox worked brilliantly, so I'm happy with just using it as a dedicated DOSBox machine. Maybe setting it to auto login and load DOSBox on default. That'd be good. Also will be good as a headless server. So you would set up SSH, set up the Wi-Fi. If you had a USB Ethernet adapter, you could use Ethernet. And then you wouldn't even need to plug it into a TV. You just have it just resting near the power socket, I guess. And you could, access it that way. So maybe good as a little low-end server. As I said, any questions, let me know below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.